What's up, everybody? I forgot which camera I needed to switch to there, or which scene it's called. There's only one camera. I only have one camera. It's just which scene it is, and I forgot. I forgot what that was. Hey, hello, welcome to an episode of Taste Test. My name is Sean. This is a show that usually posts every Saturday right here, youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. Be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell for more. Tons of past episodes, tons of future episodes, fingers crossed. And we have a bit of an oddity here because I forgot to pick up hold on. Hang on. Hold on. Hang on. I gotta walk over to the fridge. Did I spill change on my chair? We're good. Hang on. I gotta go to the fridge real quick. Hold on. Hang on. Hold. Please hold. All right, here we go. Coming back. Making it back here. Hold on. Hang on. Ugh. So I was trying to figure out exactly how much stuff I wanted to record today, and I knew this was going to be the last thing that I did and this little recording chunk. And so I made sure that I had the thumbnail slash intro slash outro image made. And then I put the stuff back in the fridge because I'm I don't want it to sit here for question mark hours, which ended up being about 3 hours. And so I put it back in the fridge, and I was wrapping up the other video I was doing. And I was like, okay, between when you end this video and when you start the next video, you need to get up and get the drinks out of the fridge. You need to do that. Then I got distracted on Twitter. And then I just was like, okay, I need to focus. The air has turned off, so the audio should be clean. I need to just get this going. Otherwise, I'm going to procrastinate. I'm not going to get this done at all. Just started the recording. Between ending the recording, the 10 to 15 seconds that I run at the end, so I can have those extra, the videos and the subscribe thing. Between starting that and the recording of this video, completely forgot that I needed to get up and go to the fridge. It's not even that far. I mean, I can't see it because everything's dark except for the one light. Wild. Absolutely wild. Today, we are trying another alcoholic beverage. For those of you who don't know, not aware, I enjoy ciders far more than I enjoy any sort of beer. For me, the alcohol stuff, if I'm going to drink it, it has to be super flavored. That's why I like stuff like the peanut butter whiskey. It has to just mute the alcohol as much as possible. I'm pretty sure that I say that every single time I do an alcoholic thing, but you never know. You know what I mean? Just because you're watching the 900th video of mine doesn't mean that this isn't somebody else's first. Hey, if this is your first video of mine, welcome on in. Thanks for watching this. I don't know what piqued your attention, but thank you. But today I forgot to turn my Xbox off. Did I shut that game down like I wanted to? Okay. All right. Just a mess over here. Today, I went to a new mini mart that opened in the area. And I just popped in because I needed to I was in the area, basically. And so I was like, oh, you know what I'll do is I'll go over here and I'll pop into this mini mart real quick and just kind of see what they have. Because I'd never been in there before. They had sandwiches and pies and stuff. And that was kind of that kind of piqued my interest. But I noticed that they had a little bit of a beer section, and I didn't go in expecting anything. I've still been looking for the new flavor of Mountain Dew that's out. There's a couple of Pop-Tarts flavors that are out that I haven't seen yet. So there's a couple of things that are kind of quote unquote on a list or whatever. But I haven't seen those. I haven't found them at all. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'll take a quick peek in the beer section. Maybe they have something weird, something interesting, something kind of like local that I haven't seen at any of the other stores in the area. And I actually came across one that I think is pretty interesting. And I have it right here. I have this 6-pack of Huckleberry Cider. Huckleberry Cider that we're going to give a shot to. It is kind of late to be drinking this, and I don't know if I should be opening this at 10:16 p.m. on a Friday. Probably should have. Oh my God, that was so loud. That startled the hell out of me. Oh my goodness. So this is super local, from Boise, Idaho, actually. Interesting. Washington Apples Heritage Blend. Fermented semi-sweet with our house ale yeast. Probably shouldn't have read that. I don't do a great job when I know what the ingredients are, but it's an interesting can. I like the design of it, by the way. I like it's got this little, like the apples. I gotta get it closer. The apples here has a beautiful watercolor background to it that I really enjoy. Huckleberry Cider. And so I saw this at this mini mart, and I'm with the Beeb, as I always am. And I picked this up. It was $13 for a 6-pack, which is a little over $2 per can, which is fine. Not that big of a deal. You know, Mr. Richie Rich YouTube guy over here, whatever. $13 for a 6-pack, no big deal. Kind of looked around a little bit to see what they had. It's an interesting, like, hybrid kind of like, it's like a very small grocery store, like a bigger than like a mini mart sort of thing, like convenience store, but like smaller grocery than a grocery store. It has kind of grocery store-esque items, which sounds like kind of a weird thing, but I think you kind of get the gist of it. But the main draw is like the pies and the sandwiches, and the pies and the sandwiches, they were a little expensive, and nothing really called my name, so I was like, I won't worry about it. But as I'm with her, and we're like kind of chatting, and I'm like trying to tell her something, and I have my back turned, and I just hear this guy go like, "Hey, can I help you ladies with anything?" And she's like, she immediately starts laughing because she knows that I'm going to turn, and then it's going to be me, and I'm not the lady. And he like turned and like was very embarrassed of being like, sorry about that. I just, I just kind of guessed, and I have incredibly, I don't know how, there it goes. I have incredibly long hair, and if you just like look at it from the back, like I don't know. So that was kind of weird. That happens a lot to me. I don't know why. Usually it's probably the hair aspect of it, but like there have been times where it's been short or fine or whatever. We were like at a restaurant one time, and they're like, so you ladies doing okay? And she glanced at me and went right back to the Beeb, and I was like, you know what? That's fine. That's totally fine. I get it. If I wouldn't look at me if I could look at her. I don't. I look at her. I'm like, hey, cutie, what's up? Anyway, yeah, so that was a weird experience. And then he felt like really bad, and I was like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me. Like, whatever. It happens. It's no big deal to me. No big deal. But yeah, it's a nice little mini mart sort of thing. It has like a little deli action going on there. It's got some pies, some stuff, and some surprisingly unique beer. I didn't expect it. There is a local brewery in the area, Radio City Brewing, Radio something Brewing, I believe. It's Radio something, because I've been to their restaurant. They have a peanut butter jelly burger that I really enjoy. But they have that stuff, which makes sense because it's like very super local. But I didn't expect stuff like this. And the can's interesting because like I pointed out the design I liked, but it's just a plain can with like a sticker wrap on it. Like there's a noticeable lip to the label, which is weird. I mean, it makes sense. Just buy a bunch of plain cans. Whatever. It doesn't matter. That was an unnecessary aside. You got to run that up to 10 minutes so that you get the double ads on each side. Christy Carlson Romano's figured that out. That's been like a fun game that we've been playing. It'll be like premiering her new video. And it's like, how long is this video going to be? Usually it's between like 10:03 and like 10:11. That's like the range. Anyway, yeah, let's give this a whirl. It's the second alcohol video I've done in the last couple of weeks, so it's not. Hopefully, it doesn't look weird. Also, not an alcohol expert or a drink expert. Holy fucking shit! I can't even. Oh, there we go. Can't even open this can. So we'll give it a nice smell. I'm hoping. I'm a little worried because it's like a semi-sweet, but I'm hoping that there's a strong like huckleberry apple flavor and scent, and that there's not much beer flavor to it. That smells pretty huckleberry-y. It smells, I don't know what huckleberry. I feel like I like the idea of huckleberries and the huckleberry flavoring. I shouldn't say I like the idea of huckleberries because that implies that I would eat actual huckleberries. No, thank you. I like purple as a flavor. I like grapes, raisins. I know they're the same thing. I guess I don't. Well, blackberry, is blackberry purple? I do enjoy like a berry. Okay, flavor, not an actual berry. Again, it must be processed gel, sugar coated, whatever. It has a really good scent to it, actually. I'm glad I took the second whiff to like really get there really is a berry flavor to it. I'm curious what color it is. Oh, it's typical cider, apple, cider blue, or not blue, sorry, cider gold. I thought maybe it would be purple because I like the treetop like blue or blue. God damn it, Sean. Jesus. You're really going to drink this now? I enjoy the treetop grape apple juice. I think it's really good. So I think apple mixes well with berries from a flavor perspective, and I'm excited to see how that works with this. Has a good scent to it, so let's give it a drink here. Wow. That's really good. That's really good. I am pleasantly surprised. I don't know. Maybe I like semi-sweet as opposed to, I know I don't like dry. I don't like dry ciders. But maybe there is just like sweet, or maybe crisp is the word I'm like trying to think of. So I enjoyed like the crisp apple cider, the Angry Orchard cider. I'm trying to think. I feel like there's like 3 terms for it, but I don't know. But this is really good. Semi-sweet. Okay. That's really good. Maybe there's only the 2 and it's just semi-sweet and dry, and I like the semi-sweet, and I shouldn't have been so worried about it. This does give me a great opportunity to tell a somewhat brief story that I always find funny, but I just don't think other people find it as funny. Maybe you had to be there sort of situation. There's a great local event that happens in downtown Spokane called Volume. And basically what happens is a bunch of different venues. It's a music festival-esque thing, but it's not really outdoors. It's indoor concert venues that are the local venues. They all band together. They put up a bunch of bands. It's a really great time. You kind of walk around downtown. It's a fantastic event. I love it. The final 2 years that I was able to go before the whole pandemic happened, 2018 and 2019, basically involved me walking around by myself, getting drunk and buying cassette tapes. Because that's what cool indie bands do, is they buy cassette, or they bring cassette tapes and then I buy them. And they're really good about having like a digital code in there. So you have the digital files if you want to, but you have this also like kind of cool knick-knacky trinket sort of thing that you can enjoy as well. Not that I have a tape player or anything, but that's beside the point. The second year that I went, and I believe it was the second day, it's a multi-day event. I had been walking around for quite a while and had pretty much like got down there and like started like having drinks. Now, I do want to be clear that like this sounds like it's really bad. It's not. I always make sure that when I drink, I'm in control of what's going on. Or if I go crazy, which the craziest I've ever gone would probably be Napoleon Drunkamite, that video. I'm always in control of what I'm doing. I know I'm in control of myself. That I just want to be clear. My brother like voiced concern. He's like, I was like kind of worried about you yesterday because all you did was just kept posting pictures of alcohol. However, alcohol also gave me the power to start wearing tank tops. So there you go. Loosen up a little bit, lose those inhibitions, and then, let the gun show flow for everybody. Anyway, I'm walking around, having some drinks, seeing some shows, doing some stuff, blah, blah, blah. Walking between one of the venues and the other venue. I can't remember I think it was called the Pin and the Big Dipper. And between the Pin and the Big Dipper is a like cidery place where you can go in and you can try ciders and buy stuff to go and whatever. And there's not very many people in there. There's like a couple doing like a tasting, or there's like five glasses or whatever it is. And me just by myself wearing a cartoon backpack and like pretty tipsy. And so the person behind the bar, I don't know if you would call them a bartender. I would assume you would, because of like, it's a bar sort of thing, but it's also like a cidery. So it kind of throws me off, but we'll use bartender because that's a generic term. This story is I said that it was a short story. I'm so long-winded. It's probably the alcohol. Let's have another little sip here. Yep. Still good. Still real good. Bartender is like kind of talking with the people who are having the taste thing. I think there's like a couple other people that like kind of wander in and out, get like one thing, like they know what they're looking for. They get into the thing or ask the guy about it and leave, whatever. But I'm there kind of like, just not like killing time, but like kind of waiting, doing like whatever on like Instagram or social media or whatever on my phone. And the guy like kind of just starts talking to me, and he engages me, and he's like, hey, I can tell you about our process, and we do this thing. And I wish I could remember the word that he used, but it was a very specific like process word that he used. He's like, yeah, we have this different style of how we do it. And clearly the word that I'm supposed to follow up on is the one that I can't remember, but it's an important thing to be like, the next question for me, so I can like volley it back, is, oh, what is that? What is that? How does that differ? What is that? Like whatever. So I like don't know how to respond. I just kind of am like, oh, okay. Like, okay. I don't know anything about this shit. Like, I'm just here to like have a good time. Excuse me. I got a tank top calling my name in my backpack. I gotta like flash the guns. Like, we gotta go. So I'm like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Like that's cool. Whatever. And he kind of like, okay, like swing and a miss. Okay, we tried, but it didn't work. Goes back to doing whatever he's doing. Comes back. He's going to try again. He lines up his shot. He gets ready. I don't know why I did a baseball pose. Should have done a basketball pose. He lines up his shot. We do a different process than we have. Than other people have. Boom. He has shot his shot. And I go, oh, that's really cool. He does not get the response he wants to get. And he just stops talking to me and just leaves to go get his phone, and then comes back and does not talk to me like at all. It's just, it was so funny to me to just watch him like kind of like walking behind the bar, and he's like trying to be friendly, and I'm not trying to be an asshole. I just want to point that out. I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything. I have no knowledge, and frankly, like, I don't necessarily have an interest, but I don't know how to like, I'm not great at navigating the small talk stuff, because like I'm focused on what I'm doing. What I'm doing is paying attention to what time it is and making some dumb social media post. Like, that's what my focus is. And when people like kind of just start talking to me out of the blue, like it's a very jarring experience to me, where it's just like, what the fuck is happening? Now I have to like, I'm jarred because I'm like, why are you talking to me? Now it's like, oh shoot, what did they say? I have to figure that out. And it's a whole mess. It's not great. There was always a person I would see that I us't to work with, and I always would see them downtown, and I was always in that like focused spot, and I loved seeing them. I was such a huge fan of being like, oh my gosh, it's you. Oh, you're great. You're fantastic. Love that I'm seeing you so much. And I always felt bad because I was always like trying to meet my mom for a movie, or I'm trying to do this, trying to do that. And they'd come up to me, and I always just felt like I was so cold, and I never meant to be. And she's like, this sucks. That's not what I was looking for. But like having this guy try twice and once just be like, okay, all right, I'll back off. I'll do my thing. You're fine. Come back, shoot the shot again. And then just like, fuck it. I'm going to get my thing, and I'm going to go get my phone. I'm just going to come here. And he did that. He just sat there like on his phone, just hanging out. And now I got to tell that story. So there you go. I've been trying to, hopefully people don't feel like I'm padding the time. I enjoy telling stories to people. Hopefully they enjoy them. I feel like I have a pretty good group of them. I've been using a lot of them lately. But yeah, hopefully people are enjoying them. And hopefully you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed this lovely semi-sweet heritage blend Huckleberry Cider from Edge Brewing. I should have said that at the beginning. I apologize. I should have said Edge Brewing at the beginning. I did say that it was from Boise, Idaho. Brewed and canned by Edge Brewing. You might have been able to see it earlier on the can, but it is at the top there. It's a little tricky to read because the camera like really bounces off the white, but it's up there at the top. So I do apologize. I wasn't trying to like hide that information or anything, but I should have read that. Should have read that at the beginning. This is a good example of what taste test can be. Usually it's new items, it's limited edition items, it's, just kind of oddball stuff that is newer to the market. But in some cases, it's kind of just stuff that I randomly find and I think would make an interesting video. In this case, it was this Huckleberry Cider that I thought would make an interesting video. And I hope you found it interesting as well. This is a good drink to have. There's lots of playoff football going on. There's 6 games. This is a great drink to just kick back, hang out. I don't know what it is 6% alcohol by volume if you're curious. So you can have these, enjoy some games. There's 2 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, 1 on Monday. All kinds of NFL action going on. Packers have the number 1 seed. Cool, I guess. But surprisingly, shockingly, Tennessee, the Titans have the number 1 seed in the AFC. Absolutely wild. Don't think Kansas City is going to make it because I think Tennessee and Cincinnati pose problems for them, but that's besides the point. It's good. It's a good weekend. Kick back, relax, hang out. If you'd like a chip suggestion, perhaps stick around till I'm done talking and check out the Lay's Layers video that I did last week for a fun snack option. And I think I covered everything. This is really good. The Huckleberry really kicks it up a notch. I love cider way more than beer. The semi-sweet is working well for it. I think the Huckleberry has such a strong flavor profile that it completely... I don't taste like any alcohol in this. Maybe I'm just... I have that like weird like developed taste for it or whatever. But like this one, far more than most of the like even ciders, which are usually very sweet. This one just completely muted for me, at least. The alcohol flavor, and it's a fantastic drink. So there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed this week's video. If you'd like to see more in the future, be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring that bell. It's just right below right there. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Saturdays, taste test posts right here, youtube.com/ShaunosaurusRex. If you'd like to click around, find some other older taste tests, I understand. Channel's cluttered, still haven't made the playlist. I apologize. But stick around when I'm done talking again. You can click that Lay's Layers. There's always a taste test video that is recommended after this video is done in that little outro screen. So you can click back and you can just watch them all. They should have that end screen. They might not. It doesn't matter though. So there you go. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week with something else. That cut off very strangely. It's kind of scary. Okay. Whew, that like actually startled me. And now because I can't see behind the thing, I'm like, is there someone with a knife? So maybe I'll see you next week. The ominous. It's January. I almost said it was February. It's January. Should have saved that joke for Halloween. Dreads. Hey, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this week's video. We'll see you next week with something else. Goodbye, and thank you for watching again. Subscribe, ring the bell, and have a ciderific day. I was gonna say cheers. I was like, I have a way to outro this. Cheers. That's the wrong one. Cheers.